Welcome back to the Vintage New Jersey podcast. Today we're going to be tackling one of the most confusing, the most argued about, most New Jersey things ever. Jug handles. What the fuck are they? Yeah, it's that weird move where you have to turn right in order to go left. If you're from out of state, it's insane. If you're from Jersey, you barely notice it anymore and you complain about it. But jug handles actually have a really interesting history. They were created for a reason. They changed the way we drive, and they're one of those things that make New Jersey, New Jersey. Today, we're going to dive into where they came from, why they exist, and if they even make sense in 2025. So, I'll take you on a little journey. Before jug handles, New Jersey's roads were just pure chaos. Picture back in the 1940s, 1950s, suburbs were exploding, highways were being built everywhere, car ownership was skyrocketing, cars were cheap, and everyone was just trying to make dangerous left turns across two, three, four, 5 lane highways into fast moving traffic. Left turn crashes were one of the state's biggest problems at the time. Route 1, Route 9, Route 22, Route 46. They were just basically crash factories. New Jersey traffic engineers needed to find a solution and fast, and they kind of did. So they started, thinking differently. So in the early 50s, New Jersey's experimented with a new idea. What if instead of letting cars block traffic by turning left, you force them to pull right, loop around, and then cross along the stoplight? No more waiting in the fast lane, no more cutting across traffic. A safer, cleaner, more controlled movement. Um, that's pretty much, that made the most sense, I guess, back in the day. The first official jug handles started appearing around the 50s, and they actually worked well. Collisions dropped, traffic flowed smoother, and engineers realized they might have found something pretty special. So they kept building them. So jug handles weren't just like a safety fix, they were sort of a philosophy, if you will. New Jersey's road designers liked three things: speed flow, predictability, and no surprises in the fast lane. And left turns obviously disrupt all three of those. So jug handles became a signature in the state's entire traffic system. New Jersey even wrote design standards that preferred jug handles over left turn lanes. And that's why we have so many today, especially on highways built or redesigned from, like, I don't know, the 50s through the 80s, I'd say. Um, this is also why a lot of out of staters hate it here or hate driving here or both. They're used to just left lane, left turn. Um, New Jersey didn't feel that way. Left lane, nope. Fake you out, go right, loop around, figure it out. Good luck. And honestly, that confusion actually reinforces just how unique our state is. If you ask a New Jersey resident about jug handles, you get two types of answers. They're stupid, just let me turn left, just let me do what I want. Or B, they're safer, everyone else should use them. Both are true. Jug handles, excuse me, it's Friday night, people. I'm just trying to have a good time. Jug handles pretty much reduce severe crashes. They create predictable traffic movement and they prevent backups in the fast lanes. But, however, they also take up a ton of space. They confuse new drivers and out of state drivers, and they cause you to miss your turn if you're not paying attention, and sometimes dump you into like a weird parking lot or a gas station or a Target or a Walmart. Um, every New Jersey driver, including myself, has missed one of these jug handles and said, "What the fuck?" and honked on their horn and did whatever they had to do to figure this out. But honestly, it's a rite of passage. Um, Here's something that most people don't know about this, though. New Jersey has quietly stopped building these jug handles. Modern engineers prefers dedicated left turn lanes, overpasses, and advanced lights. Like those automatic, I guess, centered lights. A lot of jug handles are now outdated. They take up land that towns can use for development. They slow down traffic in some areas, and some are just plain weird. So, for the first time in decades, jug handles aren't really the default anymore. Some towns have even just removed them altogether. But don't worry, there are some classics that are not going anywhere. Route 1, Route 9, Route 46. They'll be drug handle countries forever. Um, at the end of the day, jug handles are one of those quirky New Jersey things that make New Jersey feel like its own little world. Just like like I said earlier in other podcasts that I made, self-service gas station, diners, Taylor ham versus pork roll, Parkway exit signs. Does Central Jersey really exist? Jug handles are just one of those things that are part of our overall identity. It's just something you grew up learning instinctively. There's something you don't appreciate really until you leave the state and think like, oh wow, other states don't do this weird thing. They're just a reminder that New Jersey has always done things its own way, and that's what makes New Jersey so awesome. Uh, that's really all I got. Thanks for listening to today's episode of the Vintage New Jersey podcast. If you enjoyed this little dive into history of jug handles, give me a follow, leave a review, share it with other Jersey drivers and locals who definitely missed some jug handles back in the day. I'll see you on the next episode. I'm trying to come up with some cool little topics and ideas that will keep people interested. And, sometimes you got to turn right to go left.